Greetings everyone. Peace and blessings. Good afternoon. It's about to storm here where I'm at. The sun was shining and all of a sudden it started thundering. And I'm a little anxious because my son is out on the road coming from work and he drops friends off. Some of his friends ride with him to work because they all work together, and he drops them off, and I'm hoping that it doesn't rain too bad before he gets home. My baby's on the road. Although he's not a baby anymore, he's still my baby. He just graduated from high school and he's about to start college in September, and my anxiety is a little bit on the high side right now. I just checked. I got a tracker. Him and I can track each other. We can see where each other at all times. And I'm seeing that he's driving, so I'm like, please don't open up. This guy don't open up until he at least gets closer to home. But anyway, without further ado, my name is Nicole from Black Dove Creations, and I am here to talk to you about several planet retrogrades that are coming up, that are starting this month, and one of them is actually starting on Friday. So before I get into it, if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for being here. If you have been here before, welcome back. But if you haven't already done so, then do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you are notified when I upload more content. Now, with that being said, let's get into it, right? Because I have a lot of information to share, and I just want to get through it because I have to go down the road in the rain myself. Okay? So now, 4 planet retrogrades starting this Friday, July 4th. They are as follows. So I'm going to tell you the retrogrades and the dates when they start. And then I'll go back over each one in the order that they go through, right? And talk about them and what they affect energetically and what you should be focusing on and working on. And then I'm going to share a blend that wasn't created for retrogrades, but will help you tap into your matriarch lineage, that will help guide you through some of these challenges or things that you should be addressing during retrograde. So if you guys stick around, I hope you find this information that I'm going to share with you helpful, because I personally love this blend, this formula. I personally love each ritual I'm going to share with you because they are my rituals. They are my invocations. They are my affirmations. And in some aspects, I use each ritual and I've modified them or combined them. So I'm going to share all of that with you in hopes that it gives you a foundation to stand on or a guide so that it encourages you to either start your spiritual journey, continue on your spiritual journey, or maybe modify some of your practices, right? Okay. First retrograde starting this Friday. Hold on a second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay, it's not as dark as I thought it was, which means it's not quite here yet. So he still has time to get home. He only works like 15 minutes. Give me a second. He only works. The OCD is kicking in. A Capricorn's OCD is kicking in bad. He only works 15 minutes away, but he has to drop his friend off first. And I just want to make sure some of those roads he drives down have deer on them, are cutting and curving back and forth. Water sits on the side of the road. So I just wanted to make sure that my baby was somewhere where he was on his way home, but he just got to his friend's house. Okay, so back to the subject at hand. I'm sorry, y'all. Back to the subject at hand. If you're a mother, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When he's been driving for a little over a year now. He's had his license for a little over a year. He's a pretty good driver, but it doesn't help with my nerves because while he's a great driver, y'all already know you're driving for everybody else who's on the freaking road. And I live in Jersey, And I live in an area where people don't like to stop at stop signs, even if there's a freaking stop sign. They'll run right through a stop sign. So, I need to woosah for a second, y'all. Take a deep breath and ground myself. The first retrograde is, and I do believe it's Neptune. It starts this Friday. It's in Neptune. And it is focused on illusions and truth. I know that for sure. Identity shifts and spiritual fog. So, and it's in Aries. That retrograde is in Aries. There's another retrograde that's kind of similar. The work that you should be doing, Chiron, starts later in July though. That's focusing on deep healing, ancestral wounds, soul level transformation, right? So basically tapping into your higher self, healing yourself from past lives, wounds, clearing up ancestral issues, and doing some deep healing, right? Maybe some childhood trauma healing, but definitely I would suggest past life healing and higher self connection during that Chiron retrograde. What happens, that starts in the late July. So, and that's in Aries as well. So these two, I'm going to discuss what you should be focusing on. The Neptune retrograde in Aries starts July 4th, and the Chiron, planet Chiron, retrograde starts in late July. That is also in Aries, focuses on soul level, ancestral, deep wound healing. And the Neptune one focuses on illusions and truth, spiritual fog, identity shifts, right? Which kind of can melt within each other, blah, blah, blah. So those retrogrades are ideal for ancestral healing, ancestral rituals. If you haven't done one before, I would encourage you to do one, because I've done many, and I'm telling you, years ago, I want to say 20 plus years ago, because I was definitely in my 20s when I did it, because I'm in my 40s now, late 40s, late 40s, going to that bracket. In my 20s, when I first did my first ancestral ritual, I want to say within months of me doing it, and definitely within a year's time, so many things started clearing up for me on my end, because I was clearing up space for them energetically on their end, right? So I would encourage you to buy some ancestral money, or make some ancestral money. Let me tell you something. You don't even have to spend your money on ancestral money. You'll get some paper. Some nice paper. Find a graphic that speaks to you ancestrally. Like, I have a graphic for my ancestral products. My ancestral products. My matriarch and the mother's lineage and the father's lineage. And find a graphic. AI will create a graphic for you. Go in there and type in some words, some keywords, and it'll create it. And then you could just download it and print it on paper, cut it out, put some dollar signs on it, put some money on it, make it a $2 million bill, put some money on it, you know what I'm saying? Right? Or get some paper, draw some dollar signs, write some fake notes on it, amounts on it, write down ancestors' names. That's a thing. Write down ancestors' names. Write down things you want to clear up, things you want to clear up on your end, and cut it out. I would suggest doing it on green paper if you're going to just do plain paper. Do it on green paper, or gold paper. It represents gold, and other represents green money, right? And the other represents gold. And then burning it in a pot. Before you even do that, I'm going to at the end share my blend. You're going to clear up clear and bless your ritual with my blend, burning my blend in herb form, and then burn your money along with the candle. So at the end, I'm going to share my formula, share things that you can use, but you can use this during an ancestral ritual. It also can be used to do dream work. So if you're someone who has visions in your sleep, because there are some people that do. I am one of those people. I see visions when I'm awake. I hear things when I'm awake. I also have spirits and ancestors and angels and other people that speak to me while I'm asleep. Right? This would be the perfect time if you are feeling stuck or you feel like there's a blockage in your dream work and your visions. Either July 4th, this Friday, or in late July when Chiron is in retrograde, you perform dream work ritual or your ancestral ritual to clear up energetic blockages. Simple as that. Or soul retrieval. Now, soul retrieval is something I'm going to address later on in another video, because I specifically have a specific formula for soul retrieval rituals and invocations and affirmations for them, right? And I want to go deep into soul retrieval rituals, because not everybody can do them, but my soul retrieval ritual is pretty all my rituals are pretty potent, because it's just me. They're coming from me. Anybody who knows me personally and watches this video, you can comment and let people know, especially my sister. She tells people who say that come to her and say, oh, I have this and this, and they'll tell. She tells them directly, you need to talk to my sister Nicole. You need to go talk to her. Go to her house and talk to her. She will help you clear up whatever it is, or clarify, or unblock whatever it is that's going on with you. So I'll really get into soul retrieval. I wouldn't suggest doing a soul retrieval ritual at this time. I would focus on dream work or ancestral, right? Because I have, like I said, I have a whole formula and rituals for that. The next retrograde that I want to talk about is Saturn. Saturn is in Aries as well. Is it raining? Oh, maybe it's raining. Saturn is in Aries as well. Saturn starts in July, around the 12th or the 13th, and it goes into, I'm not really sure when it ends, but I think it starts around the 12th or the 13th. The 12th is my sister's birthday, so it starts somewhere around there. I think on a Sunday, which I believe is the 13th, because I believe my sister's birthday is on a Saturday. This focuses on discipline, karmic lessons. So any karma that you're going through, this would be the time to do some rituals to grow and learn from it. Restructuring foundations. Anybody under this Saturn retrograde, anybody, you're going to probably be asking yourself about, if you're very spiritual, your structure, your spiritual structure, your spiritual practices, right? It's going to suggest, it's going to question it a lot, and I suggest highly that you perform some ancestral ritual to ask for guidance. To ask for guidance when it comes to your spiritual practice, your restructuring it. Not even, ask your whole spiritual team. Tap into your higher self. To the women, but the blend is specifically for tapping into your mother lineage, women lineage in your family. So tap into the women lineage and ask them to guide you, to nurture you, to help you grow on your spiritual journey, in your purpose, in your soul's purpose. Make sure that your actions and your beliefs are aligned in such a manner that is during Saturn's retrograde, which starts somewhere between around July 12th or 13th. That's when it starts. It focuses on karmic lessons, restructuring, foundations, and discipline, right? And if you're lacking discipline in your spiritual practices, this would be the time to recommit to your spiritual practices, your meditation, your rituals, all of those things, to carve out time. Doesn't have to be a lot of time. 5-10 minutes. Give yourself a pattern. Say you started on, if you're doing a ritual, commit to your ritual. If you started on Tuesday and you're going to do it for 7 days, you're going to go with Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday being your last day. Commit to it. Don't start it on Tuesday and say you're going to do it for 7 days, and then 5 days in, you're no longer interested, and you don't energetically do it. You don't do it, you don't practice it, you don't complete it. Recommit yourself to it. Be consistent. So if you're going to say, oh, I'm going to do a ritual, I'm going to do this ritual, commit to it one day every week. If that day is Wednesday, make sure every Wednesday, every week you are on that ritual. That's what it means. Don't half-ass do something. If you go to a sandwich shop, you don't want a half-ass sandwich. So your whole spiritual team, the universe, the spirits, the angels, and the ancestors don't want you to half-ass their rituals, your rituals that you are doing. They don't want you to half-ass communicate with them. They don't want you to your higher self doesn't want you to half-ass through life. But so many people are. And then wonder why they're freaking miserable, like writhing in pain. Mentally, emotionally. Sometimes physically, because mentally and emotionally that shit leads to physical exhaustion and suffering and sickness. So, again, that was Saturn restructuring your spiritual practices. That starts July 13th, that retrograde. The very last one, because I spoke about Neptune and Chiron together. The last one is Mercury. Mercury starts July 18th, and that one goes into August. Maybe around August 12th, 13th, somewhere around there. Look it up. Don't quote me on that. Research it. Mercury retrograde is in Leo. So you already know it's about communication. It's about ego breakdown. So it's about ego reflection. It's about creativity, reevaluating your creativity. This is specifically and most importantly for spiritual guides, spiritual entrepreneurs, creators. So for me as a high priestess, it is very important to tap into and do spiritual work during this time. To focus on revisiting your brand, your voice, your inner fire, and ultimately not reflecting on anything. What happened?
You're lucky not to have it bad up there. It was so bad in town hall.
It was bad. Hold on a second, y'all. My son just came in. Hold on.
I don't want chicken.
Huh?
I don't want chicken.
You don't want chicken? I know you don't. You had chicken today at work?
Yes.
What you have? Fried chicken?
Chicken nuggets.
Oh, chicken nuggets and what? French fries they fed y'all?
Nah, I eat chicken
you
nuggets
ate the chicken
and
nuggets.
bagels.
Chicken nuggets and bagels. That's what you ate at work?
Yeah. But that's still chicken. That's enough chicken for me today.
Yo, you need to ease up. You know bagels are very fattening, right?
Oh.
You have to ease up on the bagels. I get you took that vegan protein bar. Why you didn't eat that? You forgot about it.
Oh, it melted.
It melted?
Yeah.
The vegan protein bar melted or it became sticky?
It became very
hot and sticky. Yeah, because of the hot. It was hot. It was hot because I went down to the laundromat and washed those towels. And those clothes that you had left wet in your bag from yesterday.
My hat is soaking wet.
Sit it on the fan. Sit it on the fan. It'll dry. Not that fan. The wind machine
I
one.
got a lot of things on that fan then.
Why? Everything in your bag is wet?
My bag is wet from the rain. But...
Okay, but your other bag is dry, so just do what you gotta do. You want me to take it down to the laundromat and put everything in a dryer?
Nah, if I'm going out, I'm gonna food there.
Okay. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Where was I at? Okay, I'm gonna get to sharing my formula. This formula is specifically for, I'm gonna share my formula. I'm gonna give you the formula for first, and then break down the rituals. So this formula applies, this blend applies to all the 3 rituals I'm going to share with you, because I have quite a few rituals that I use back and forth, but I'm going to share 3 of them with you. And I've done where I've combined all these rituals together. So individually you can use them separately, or you can just do one big huge ritual and combine them together. But the formula stays the same. The blend formula stays the same. The blend formula consists of raspberry leaf, mugwort, motherwort, gotu kola, and lavender. That is the formula. Raspberry leaf is your base formula. Is the base of your formula. It's the beginning of your formula. It's the herb that you use the most of, because raspberry leaf is grounding, nurturing, is going to connect you to that womb energy, right? The womb center of your matriarch lineage. As you come through the womb of your foremothers. Your mother came through the womb of her mother, and blah, 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 and therefore that is why raspberry leaf is the base of it, because it's the thing that's going to connect you to that nurturing womb energy. Who is this? It just keeps freaking texting me. My ears itch. Well, I'm glad you got home safely. I did worry about that. Anyway, I digress. The next one is mugwort. Mugwort is the gateway to dreams. What? Food? Okay, give me a second. Let me finish up.
So
I won't be that much.
Do you need both at $10?
No, I didn't use both. I didn't use both $10. I only used one. Gateway to dreams, visions, and ancestral messages. So, when you're struggling, if you're someone who's struggling with your dream vision, your visions, this is going to energetically clear up that energy. Can you give me a strawberry Charleston Chew?
Yeah.
Thank you. The next one in the blend is motherwort. It's ultimately about protection, giving you emotional courage, and also opening up your heart chakra. Your heart center is going to help open up your heart chakra, because a lot of times, and this is the truth, I don't know if you've heard this before from other people, spiritual content creators or spiritual advisors, but your trauma enters into you through your heart chakra, and then it gets stored in lower chakras. So this motherwort is going to help you open up that energy center, so that you can release and receive, right? It's going to help you energetically clear up and release emotional, stagnant energy It's going to give you courage, emotional courage, right? To face whatever your challenges are, whatever you're struggling with in that moment. The next one is the go-to cola. That's for crown activating, mental clarity, and spiritual elevating you. So if you're someone, and I'm reading my formula off my page, if y'all want to see, I'll show y'all my page. Give me a second. My damn throat itch. My throat really itch. Give me a second. Let me pause it. So, welcome to Black Dove Creations LLC. Has a little overview. I'm working on a lot of stuff. And then I have my documents separated by files. But if you give me a second, because I'm not really going to get too close to the screen to share all my information. These are my documents. What I do is I go down to my documents because I've uploaded them onto my site. I click on a particular file that is under, and then I just click on, and it opens up my documents that I created with my rituals, my formula blend, my rituals, my incantations and affirmations. Okay, so now that I've gotten that out of the way, this particular ritual, did I do all of them? No. The go-to was for crown activating, mental clarity, and spiritual elevating. The last one is lavender. Lavender is for calming, and it's also going to harmonize all of those other energetic herbs and essential oils. It's going to harmonize the whole formula. It's going to harmonize you energetically throughout your ritual practice, right? And then even beyond, after you've completed the ritual, it's going to stay with you. I think making a small blend of essential oil with a base of like almond oil. You can use almond oil. You can use jojoba oil. You can use olive. I use olive oil. Some people use coconut oil. You can use a base, which would be one of those oils: almond, coconut, jojoba, olive oil, and then you would mix your essential oils into that. If you want to kick up that oil formula blend, you would add some moonstone to it to give it an extra boost of helping you connect to feminine energy, right? So moonstone the moon is associated with feminine energy, and this blend is for tapping into and connecting to your matriarch, the mother's lineage. Not just your mothers, but the mothers of your lineage, the ones back to the very first mother, the original mother. You can tap into the original mother, who religion refers to as Eve, but that original woman that the wombs we came out of. So, with that being said, I'm going to go and I'm going to start with this first ritual. It is meant to be used if you're somebody who likes to smoke in a pipe, like a herb pipe. And I personally have not smoked this blend. I have burnt it, so I've inhaled the smoke, which you can also burn in a ceremonial bowl or gently inhale, right? Or like I said previously, burn in an herb pipe and smoke. I would suggest you get food grade, not herbs that have been chemically treated, the food grade ones if you're going to smoke it in a herb pipe. Or if you're going to burn it and inhale it, still get the food grade ones. I always purchase my herbs in food grade because you can use it, the blends, across different rituals, and some of those rituals are tea rituals, and some of them are meditation rituals that you infuse with tea. And that you infuse yourself with tea. Some of them are bath rituals, and you don't want to really soak in chemicals. You don't want to use herbs that have been treated with chemicals, and then you're putting them in the tub to soak, and they're going to it's going to seep into your poison into your body. So this first ritual is called the breath of the ancestors. That is what it's called. The breath of the ancestors. Using the formula I just shared with you. For your burning, the breath of the ancestors ritual, it's a burning ritual, whether you're going to use it in a ceremonial bowl or a herbal pipe. The base of it is raspberry leaf. So when you blend it, you're going to use more raspberry leaf. Gracias. You're going to use more raspberry leaf than any other herb, right? That's your base. You're going to use very little. What you want? Sanitizer. Okay. Here. Less mugwort and motherwort. Only because they have a bitter taste to them. And if you're smoking it, you don't want to smoke something that's all bitter and sour tasting, right? Go to cola, and then the lavender. You can add a little bit more lavender than the other mugwort, motherwort, and go to cola. Add a little bit more lavender because it'll give it more of an aroma, a nice calming aroma to it, right? So whether you're using it in a bowl or you're doing it, if you're using an ancestral ritual, you can actually do this. Burn this in a ceremonial bowl before you to cleanse your space and yourself. Before you start the ritual burning of the ancestral money and saying your affirmation. You can use this to clear your aura, like I said, or your sacred space. You can inhale it gently while reciting your affirmation, your invocation. And my invocation is as follows, and this is to connect to your matriarch lineage, the women in your family. With every breath I remember, I carry the voice of the women before me. I am the vessel, I am the flame, I am the breath of the ancestors. And if I'm asking for specific guidance on something, then I will ad-lib in that guidance. Like if I'm asking them to clear up any blockages, right? I'll say clear up the blockages. I'll burn my ancestral money, and then I'll sit in that energy for a while. For me, longer than others. But if you're someone who's reconnected and recommitting or new, I say 5 to 10 minutes. At the tops, 5 to 10 minutes. 10 minutes at the tops. No more than 10 minutes. Because energetically you have to ground yourself, focus yourself. And if you start to wander and lose yourself energetically, then you're not connected and tapping in. But be consistent. So if you're going to do this ritual, again, like I said earlier when I was talking about recommitting yourself and being committed and being consistent, say you're going to do this ritual Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Make sure Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday you're devoting 10 minutes of your time to this ritual. You understand? 10 minutes of your time to the ritual, period, point blank. That ritual was called the breath of the ancestors. So the wisdom of the womb, the breath of the matriarchs, right, and the clarity of their spirit. They'll bring in clarity, protection, healing, nurturing, and just guiding you. All you have to do is tap into and ask. And this blend is the basis for you to tap into, to add on to your other tools in your ritual to tap into. If you want to magnify your rituals, right? And even this one, you maybe might hold a moonstone in your hand, or you might add some blue lotus flowers to the blend, right? A little bit of blue lotus flower to your blend when you're smoking it or you're burning it. It's going to magnify your ritual. It's going to magnify your blends. The next ritual is a candle ritual. Give me a second, guys. This one is a candle ritual. It's to connect to your matriarch ancestral line with this energetic formula. You're going to tap into the womb wisdom and help awaken your third eye and unlock visions and dreams and your spiritual connection to your mothers that have come before you. I make a candle for this ritual, but if you don't have my candle, a simple way to do this is I would use a gold candle. I would use a gold candle. If you don't have a gold candle, use a white candle. Votive candle doesn't have to be a big candle, depending on how long you're going to do this ritual, but a votive candle will suffice. You take the essential oil blend of the raspberry leaf, the mugwort, the motherwort, the gotu kola, and the lavender, and you anoint the candle, right? And then you take the mixture blend of the herbs, which I have the blend of the herbs here, and this is what it looks like. Mugwort is very soft and puffy. So when you're mixing your blend, definitely very little mugwort, because a little goes a long way. Not a whole lot. A little goes a long way. Then you rub the blend after you have anointed with the essential oil blend. That same blend in herb form, you rub it on it.
Well, I want to go to the store now. It's not raining.
Okay, so let me get through my video. I'm almost done. Patience is a virtue. Have some. You can place the candle on obviously a plate, a candle plate or a regular plate. If you want to add an extra energetic boost to this candle, you can take blue lotus flowers, the same blue lotus flowers I told you to add to your smoking blend or your burning blend, your ceremonial blend that you were going to burn. You add it to that around the candle, not anointing it, but around it, because blue lotus is enhances your spiritual awareness. It enhances your clarity, your spiritual clarity and awareness. So, and then if you want to give it another extra boost to tap into the feminine energy of your mothers, the lineage of the mothers, the matriarch lineage, then you add a moonstone to it. You know what I'm saying? Around the plate. Put a few moonstones. If you have small little ones, just around. Or if you have a big one, you just set it on a plate right next to it, right? You can do that. The candle invocation affirmation is as such. Now, you're going to use the word daughter or son interchangeably, depending on your gender or the gender you identify as. So I'm female. I'm going to say, I am the daughter of daughters. I carry the prayers of those who bled before me. Through leaf and flame, I remember and I invoke your matriarchal power and ask that you guide and protect me. Now, once I've said that, just like previously before when I've done the breath of the ancestors ritual, I would ad-lib onto that, depending on what I am asking for, what am I connecting to them for, the reasons why, or if it's in an ancestral ritual, then I would just say that I'm tapping into their power to clear up energetic spaces, to honor them, and then I would burn the money light the money in the flame and place it in my pot for burning, right? My cauldron for burning. But if I'm doing that type of ritual where I'm burning ancestral money, then I'm going to have a copper cauldron pot, and then 2 candles on the side of each side of the pot, opening it up like it's a gateway, right? Like I'm crossing, it's going to be that gateway, that doorway from this realm to the ancestral realm, right? Again, you can modify it. You don't have to use my formula. You can look up your own essential oils and tap into or some ancestors like honeysuckle. So you might want to add honeysuckle. You take out something and you add honeysuckle, right, to it. It all depends on what resonates with you. But I would advise that if you're new to this, try my formula. If you're new to this and you're curious, do your research. If you've been doing this for a while, you can also try my formula. If you want to modify it, then do so. But it's to tap into the matriarch lineage in your family and their power and their energy and their guidance. The last one I want to share, and again, keep in mind, I'm sharing this last one, but I have done a ritual where I've combined all of them together, and I'm going to explain it in the end after I share this last ritual. It's a bath salt ritual. So I take finely grained Epsom salt and finely grained Himalayan salt. Very little Himalayan salt, mostly Epsom salt. Mix it with the herb blend and the essential oil blend and pour it into a very hot bath. For me, it's very hot. I like hot baths. But your warm bath, I would light a candle. So maybe, again, a gold or a white candle. But again, you don't have to. It could just be the bath. So if it's just the bath, then you're just adding, if I want to give it an extra boost, I line my tub with some moonstones, right? And then I add a little bit of lotus flower to add an extra energetic boost, spiritual connection, spiritual dream boost. And then I speak these words. I honor the women who walked before me. Their strength is in my root, their wisdom in my light. And then you might add on to it, right? Energetically, you might add on to it. If you're seeking something, if you're asking for something, you're going to add on to it. Because it's as simple as that, right? But I have combined all of these together before. So I take the burning blend and I take a bowl, a ceremonial bowl. I have a copper pot. I would take the blend, put it in the pot. Take my candle that I make, that I have that is, this blend has a specific name. I'm not really going to share the name of my candle until I'm ready and my website is up and selling it. Then I'll go back and share the names of my candle. I would take that candle. I would take the oil blend, the salt, the bath salt ritual, add them all together, and then kind of modify my affirmation to have all 3 of them included. So I might say, I am the daughter of daughters. I honor the women who walk before me. The wisdom is my light. I carry the voice of them. I am their vessel. I am the flame. I am the breath of the ancestors. And then I would modify it to say, guide and protect me on my path, on my purpose. Align my thoughts and my actions with my soul purpose. And speak to me and tell me what I need to know. And then I sit in that energy. You know, I bathe in it. I sit in the energy, the smoke. I sit in the energy of the candle, and I sit in the silence. So, with that being said, I hope you all have found my information, a bit of my information, helpful. I hope you took away something that will help improve and help you navigate on your spiritual journey. If you have been feeling stagnant, I hope it has given you a bit of a spark to reignite you on your spiritual journey. If you have never done rituals under retrograde and never understood what to focus on, I hope this gave you a stepping stone to move forward, to continue to do your spiritual ritual work, to trust your intuition, to tap into your spiritual team, which includes your ancestors and the mothers of your lineage. But until next time, I ask that you be good to yourself and each other. And I'll see you guys soon. Love you guys. Bye.